So, welcome to tutorial 3H of my tutorial to model a Star Trek based spaceship. This time we want to model the top part of our throat, so this one. So let's go to top view by pressing number 7. So this white area is indicating that we didn't UV mapped it now and that there's no texture. So first let's go to layer 2 by pressing number 2 on the keyboard, and then go to, actually let's first increase this and go to face selection, and for this we can temporarily go to solid mode again so that we can see the faces better, and just select all of the faces here which are on the top side, and let's again switch back to this one. So we already assigned the side mesh to this, or texture, or material, so we just need to use those. Yeah, let's also take this one and this one, so then it is complete. Yeah, okay. So we can assign a new material to it now. That was throat hull. This was this one. Let's rename it to throat hull side. Add a new material. Take throat hull side so that we have the same let's just set it throat hull side so that it has the same settings initially. Let's make it single by pressing this number 2 button and say throat hull top. This one we can remove completely, so order it a little bit. Throat hull surface, Windows, okay, we have to replace all of them, but first go to material again and say assign, so that we have the materials assigned. So if we unselect everything and say select again, we have those, and if we say take this one and say select, we have those. Okay, perfect. So save it. By the way, don't forget to rename it before, like I did before, and then we can go to this layer here. Let's go to Control 3 side view. Okay. No, it's okay. So just wanted to put both of them somewhere more far away. And then yeah, actually we need the upper part, so let's look on our ship from the top part. Let's temporarily add our ship so we just see a small area of that. So we just need to model this part here for this purpose. Actually, let's just let the ship here, and we will start adding some stuff. So we already have our other materials here, so let's just start by adding a plane. Move it up so that you can see it, and scale it down. We can take our throat materials, no, it was hull, upper saucer 1 or whole text 1. This was the whole text was the standard one. Just thinking a moment. Okay, so before we do that, let's check if this whole text 2 is already assigned to that. Yes, it is. Okay, so let's take that and choose Haltesh 1. Or let's immediately take Haltesh 3 first. So this is the dark part. Scale it a little bit like you want. Okay, and then we will just make some shapes here again. Add a new material and say Haltesh 1. Go to object mode and edit mode again, and then execute it again. Or the first time. Let's see, they have different materials, so it worked. Let's take all of them and experiment a little bit. See that? Yes, okay. So it should look a little bit similar. Let's take our menu here and say loop cut and slide this one here. Then we take this and extrude it. I just realized that there's just a half of our chip, so let's take it here and say let's apply the mirror modifier to it and apply a mirror modifier here too. Here. Yeah, okay. So let's what happened is that the mirror modifier, of course, is here in the middle, so we could either move that to the middle and model it like that, or change the center from that, but actually putting that to the center is not so bad. So let's make it like that we first select all of it and move it onto something like that, and then select this one and press Shift S and say selection to cursor, no, sorry, Shift S, cursor to selected, and then this one we can say selection to cursor. So just move it up and it is perfectly centered. Move it to here maybe a little bit. And now we just need to deal with one part of it all. Okay. So let's loop cut and slide it again. Here. Take this one and extrude it. Also. So let's loop cut and slide this one and select this one and extrude it. Like this. And then we can actually change the material here to that one and no, let's make it different. Let's take that, copy it and move it down, copy it again, move it down again, like this. Go to Edge Selection, maybe you can make something like that, so that we have something like a line here, you know. So Then we can continue with this one, extrude it again. Then again this one. Again this. A little bit like that. Just so. This one. And then let's copy this one. Move it a little bit down. Then let's go back to black. Extrude it again. And let's take those two edges, extrude them too. Now let's take one of those and copy it, move it down. This time we will scale it along the y-axis so that this is much thinner. Zoom a little bit in. This one, extrude it again a little bit, just a little bit. Then take this one again, extrude it again. So we have those three lines here. We will scale them even more down. Just realize that this face is much thinner than this one, so make it approximately similar. And another thing, let's take this face here, copy it, put it here, and scale it down so that it fits into this part here. Okay. And then shift and copy it. 0.1 should be enough, 0.1 along the x-axis, shift D, G, X, 0.1, shift D, G, X, 0.1. So we have 5. Shift D, G, X, and then let's make a hole by moving it 1. Okay. By 1 actually, so. And maybe we can also put 1 at the middle. Maybe a 1 which is longer. Okay. Then let's select all of them. Scale them a little bit more down. So. And then copy all of them and move them down. Shift D, G, Y, 0.1. Shift D, G, Y, 0.1 minus. Shift D, G, Y, 0.1 minus. Y 0.1, no, G, Y 0.1 minus. And the last one, no, actually should not be the last one, let's make much more. So let's copy all of them and move them down by 1, by -1. So let's select now those parts, make it a little bit smaller. So What else? Of course, we also need those. Why not? So let's take it, rotate it by Y 90 degrees, scale it down. Okay, much too high, so move it down so that it is in the same height like so. By going to side view you can see it better. Okay, already good enough. Scale it more down, and I want that to be part of that, so let's select both of them and say Ctrl J. So we can now no, this time GX 0.2, copy them again, 0.2. Just realized that I am working on the wrong side of the mirror effect. So I will just take all of them and move them to Uppsala. Then took everything, so let's activate this. So now we should have everything, just swap the places. Okay. And we can make another one here, but maybe we can move it a little bit to here. And another one we can, maybe it will be too much, let's see. And we can here remove this one. What we also should need are the escape pods here. We don't have escape pods yet. Okay, we would have to import it. So let's do it. Let's don't do it. So let's go back to edit mode and select those now. Copy them again. Copy them again. Oops. Okay, copying is not working for some reason. Let's see. Oh, what do we have here? Okay, I have some strange stuff here. Let's just remove it. Okay. And then let's do it again and quite sure that it will work now. Oh, but we have to be careful since we don't want to select those. So let's select them and say hide. And then we can select those. Copy them hopefully. No, still not. Okay. Let's try to copy that. Ah, caps lock is on, maybe that's why. Oh, okay. My caps lock was on, so that's why it didn't work. So now it should work. It works actually. And this time we can scale that down through the CD cursor. This one. Move them to here. And press Alt H to let the other parts appear again, and then we can also scale. Oops, no. So let's press Ctrl Z that they disappear again, and then we can just scale those down, and then Alt H, and everything should be fine. So now let's copy this face here and move it to here. And one more. Move it to here. Then we can go to edge selection again and increase the size or the height of that. And let's take one of those here, copy it, move it to here, rotate it 90 degrees. So, and then we can move it again, 0.1. Something like that. So we did again a mistake here, but that's okay, it happened by rotating it, so we have some different shapes here. That's actually good. So we will just keep it like that, but we of course should remove those vertices here. So we don't have any windows on this part. So let's save it, and we need another cam, so let's call this cam throat side and copy it. This will be cam text throat top. Let's go to side view. Let's be smart and say Shift as selection to cursor, then it is perfectly in the middle, and you can move it up. Go to top view, rotate it by -90 degrees. Go to side view and rotate it by 90 degrees, but not through the 3D cursor, but through the median point, so 90 degrees. Okay. So let's activate this by pressing Ctrl 0. Oh, almost perfect. I will let the surface no. There's also a section here so that we can see the this on the UV mapping. We should change the camera resolution to a more appropriate one. So let's go to resolution and reduce should look more like something like that. So let's say 320, and the orthographic mode scale should be less. Whoopsala. So like that. Again, we need a label saying which resolution we have. Okay. For this texture, and it was 320 and 360. Okay. So let's save it and render it. But when we render it now, we will have no light. So let's activate environment lighting again. That we can say here too, environment. Although, let's just say lightning 0.5. Okay, rendered. Okay, well, this is being rendered. We can go to we can't do anything actually. Okay, quite nice, but not perfect. Since we don't have any painting here and no oh, sorry, and no windows, we can actually just add so we should okay. We could add a grid here, I wanted to say, but then we would have a grid here too again. So we could use another text hull here. Could be one solution. But then it would look different to this road side, so let's keep it like that. Yeah, if it looks too boring, especially in this area here, we should add something. But okay, what we at least can do is it's this, no. Just searching. Okay. Searching this, we can move this to layer this one. Oh no, wrong. Layer this one. Layer this one. Go follow it. Oops. Okay, move to layer this. So. And then we follow to this layer. Okay. I wanted to do something. What was it again? Making those end parts longer. I'm quite sure that this part will look boring without doing anything anymore, so let's add more of them. Okay. Okay, one last thing, let's take this face, copy it, move it just, wait a moment, just where is it here, so move it a little bit up, just a little bit, okay, then it's already okay, and then let's center our view from both sides so that the rotation is okay again. Okay, and then we move this down, scale it 0.5, 0.1 minus. Since pressing the minus button annoys me a little bit, I will remove this one and select this one again and move it down, 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 here, and then I don't need to press the 0 button, the minus button anymore. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we can select all of them and move it by 1. Okay. Then let's go to vertex selection, and let's just select those faces inside, so, and move it to here, but also move it up. Okay, one really last thing. Copy those. 3 of them. Move them to here. Making it a little bit smaller. Them. So. And also we want to have them here, but let's rotate them by 90 degrees. Put them there. Maybe one more. Then we have enough structure here to let everything look good, hopefully. So this is still one object. Let's go to side view and rotate it so that it has approximately the same shape, like our ship. And then we can say render again. We could also set all of these to invisible while rendering, but they don't disturb us, so we will just let them there. And now say save to textures, and see this time this is this throat surface, throat top surface actually. Throat painting, throat hull surface, top hull surface. Save. Then we can go to our real ship, go to edit mode. Go to throat hull top. You can remove this one and this one, and change this one to a new one. Throat hull surface top. Have to change the image of that. This one. Okay, then everything should be set properly since we copied the material. Then let's select all of these faces which we already assigned. Go back to here, and here we should now choose throat hull surface and say U project from view. Now looks much better. Let's scale it up and actually go to texture mode here, so, and then move it topwards. Scale too much. Okay, this looks just like that because we changed that image here, but it has still the correct image since it is another material. This one is just not defined correctly for our ship since it is like that, but this is okay since our surface is above it, but just to make that clear, you can do, funny, no, didn't want it like that, just like this, and this, then it looks just like, just much better. Save it. We don't have any lightning here yet, so we should add something. Yet let's do that immediately. Going to layer 7 again, and this time we add some lightnings. So need to be another object to lightning. So let's put our 3D cursor here, cursor to selected, and add another plane. Rotate it by 90 degrees, move it up by 10, for example. So, and rotate it again by 90 degrees, so now it's okay. Give it a material that, let's say, deflector light blue. Yeah, why not? Can go to solid mode here again. Oh nice, yeah, could be very nice. Okay, so let's scale it down by Y. Make it quite small. Put it here. We will make that symmetrically too. So we will add a mirror modifier here too. And then we will say as center, no, open the menu, say origin to 3D cursor. Okay. But now we have the edited part there. On the left side again, so let's move it to this side. Edge selection. So you can now copy one of those. Down. Rotate it by 90 degrees, moving it to here. Okay, now we have might be too much. I think it's too much, so let's at least remove this one. So then we add another plane and move it up. Oh, but it's not part of this one. I want it to be part of this one, so let's press Ctrl J and go to material, add another one. This time we want the windows. And say assign. We'll scale it down. Maybe like that. Okay. 0 to 2. Okay, but it's some small mistake here, so let's make it like that. Okay. Copy one of them, move it to here. Okay. Okay, let's see where our chip is. Okay. 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 Okay, let's put them down again and select all of our faces and move all of them up, and then rotate all of them. Move them down again. So. Okay, now we also have some windows and a little bit light here. Let's take those and say don't render it. Actually no, we don't need to do it like that. Let's just select those and move them to layer 8. Takes this cam and moves it additionally to layer 8. Oops, it was already an additional layer 8, so let's follow it to layer 8. Okay, we have the body here. Okay, this one we can move to layer 6 right now. Then we just have those. This is okay. Okay, so we can again render it. This will be our lights. Save it and save also by pressing F3 the picture. So, surface this time. Let's call it lights since it is more than windows. Okay, so let's go back to layer 2. Select our mesh. Go to texture. Add another texture. Say image or movie. Call it throat light. Throat top. Open an image. Go to our texture folder. Light. Open image. Okay, of course need additionally the UV mapping instead of the generated ones, and this one should be emitted. Let's let it by 1, should be okay. The first one should also already have its normal mapping, okay. Colors also derived. Okay. Yeah, it looks good for me now. Let's activate layer 1. Here's the cam. I already added a curve for testing purposes. We will cover this animation stuff in a later tutorial. Right now, let's just see. Let's activate this camera by pressing Ctrl 0. Moving a little bit to the future. So in this view, we should be able to see our ship quite well. So let's deactivate environment lightning and activate layer 3. No, do we need layer 3? Okay, this is layer 2, this is layer 1. There we have a light. 2, 3. Okay, we need layer 1. Here are no lights, so we just need layer 1 and layer 2. And render exactly that image. Okay, we don't see so much here. Let's take this light here. What is that? A world? No, it's a point light. this one. Okay, main warm light. So let's copy this one by pressing Alt-D. So each change we make will also change both lamps. Okay, and then of course we need again a better resolution. So let's just make, for this purpose, choose this one. Okay, this will take maybe a minute. Whoa. Yeah, see, we have a lot of structure here. Lights is also working. Maybe a little bit boring in that part. But other than that, it looks quite good, I think. Not so bad. Okay. I think that's perfect for this tutorial. Then the next tutorial, if we now go to textured mode, you will see it again, that it still doesn't have any UV mapping here and the whole body is not finished yet. So we will cover those parts in the next tutorial. Hope you enjoyed it and see you soon.